Day after day, year after year, hundreds of violent murders take place without a suspect being caught.
And oftentimes, these so-called cold cases are never solved, leaving families wondering when they'll finally have the closure they so badly need. CBS 2 News reporter Jason Hackett spoke to one such family and looks at their journey of love and loss in a special report tonight. Jason.
Yeah, Scott and Tiffany, for the man I spoke to, his world was ripped apart when he was just a boy 3 decades ago. At the time, almost too young to understand the impact this would all have on his life. What do you remember about April 1984?
Everything.
For John Crutcher, the images of that day flashed by like a slideshow.
Woke up, went downstairs, mom wasn't there, bought some bubble gum, went to school. Got off school, went swimming in the Des Moines River.
All in the typical routine of a 12-year-old, a world full of optimism, full of innocence, full of love for his mother, Sarah, his brother, Alfie, and Alfie's girlfriend, Tina. That changed when his stepfather picked him up from school and took him to his brother's home in Drakesville.
There was fire engine, cops, trailer was burnt to the ground, and my brother's body was discovered behind an outbuilding.
His brother was beaten so bad he was almost unrecognizable. From there, the news got worse.
3 days later, they found mom and Tina, and I got to watch my world totally disintegrate.
All three were brutally beaten to death, their bodies discovered in different locations, with no suspect or motive to be found.
It went from me being a 12-year-old little kid to wondering what was going on, who the boogeyman was.
It started a downward spiral for Crutcher. He bounced from family member to family member for the next 5 years, the entire time growing angry and mistrusting, living in constant fear.
Those two guys that slowed down when they come around the corner, is that them? Or the old house that we happened to be living in creaked during a storm, was that a window breaking out?
Compounding it all, the fact that the mom he loved so much is gone and the brother he looked up to would never be seen again.
I lost him 30 years ago and I think about him daily.
The turnaround came last summer.
Perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery.
When he and his wife were watching an episode of the television show Unsolved Mysteries. Watching so many unresolved cases, much like his own, raised Crutcher's ire.
My wife sat there and while I was cussing the television, looked at me and goes, "You've got a smartphone, use it."
He did use it to make a call to the Iowa DCI. He left a message and soon got the call.
"Mr. Crutcher, this is Special Agent with the Iowa DCI. I'd like to talk to you about your mother and your brother."